Hi, my name is Aidan Toominator from the Cochlear Implant Life YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at the pros of a cochlear implant. We're going to look at 7 pro points. Why don't you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel? It means you get all the latest updates and videos. So it's time now to get started. Let's dive right in. The first pro point I'm going to look at is greater hearing consistency. Before the surgery, I had hearing aids. I would wake up in the morning and I'd put my hearing aids on. I'd have pretty bad hearing. I'd really struggle. Some days I'd have a good day where I could hear better. So it's really inconsistent and frustrating. I wanted a solid foundation to work with. Over time, it developed, it progressed. My hearing became more consistent. I'd turn on the processor and things would sound the same. This gave me a degree of confidence that I had a foundation to work with, something to strive for, to achieve. Doing the listening exercises, I believed that I was working towards a goal. The cochlear implant gave me access to new sounds that I could not access through the hearing aid. This way I could reach them sounds in terms of listening exercises. Hence, I got greater consistency of hearing. My next pro point is exposure to new sounds and the sounds that you thought you lost. I used to be able to hear the birds singing, and then with hearing aids and the gradual decline of my hearing, I couldn't hear the birds singing anymore. Then switch on and you hear them, but you don't actually know it's them singing. You realise over time, it's the birds singing. So your brain is getting used to all these new sounds. Another example is things like a plastic bag. You might hear the rustling of a bag, and this is a sound I absolutely used to hate after switch on. Now this sound does not bother me at all. It's because my brain can process that. It knows where that sound is coming from. So there's a great degree of sensitivity to sounds. It's an exciting time overall. You're getting used to these sounds that you could not get previously with your hearing aid. My third pro point is speech improvement. With the hearing aids, I couldn't hear my voice anymore. It was very frustrating because when you can't hear your own voice, you're mispronouncing words, your speech is getting worse, and it's not a good position to be in. That was one of the reasons why I went for the cochlear implant as well. I believed that it would give me that opportunity to hear my voice better. At first, it didn't give me that opportunity at all. It sounded awful. The sound of my own voice is very robotic. The sound of other people's voices was robotic. Over time, this improved. I realized I can hear my voice better. I have more clarity in terms of what I can hear and how I pronounce words. With the hearing aids, I would shout a lot and not realize I was shouting. And here I got greater clarity of volume over time with the processor. I had a lot of mapping with the processor. This was tuning of it. Over time, things got better in terms of hearing other people's voices. Once you hear the words and the way that people pronounce their words, obviously it helps your own pronunciation. So it's fantastic to be able to do that. My next pro point is improved independence. Prior to my cochlear implant surgery, I was very dependent on friends and family for appointments, even social settings, and then also phone calls. It felt like I was a burden to them. This was not a good way to feel at all. When the processor was switched on, it didn't happen overnight. I was still dependent on my friends and family. Over time, this has completely gone. I don't like to ask for help anymore. I find that really helps me because I would get frustrated if I'd ask someone to make a phone call for me. I didn't achieve anything from the phone call. Now I take the reins and I use Skype. I can handle the phone myself. Obviously, technology is advanced in terms of text messaging, which is great too, and emails, and that's given me a greater degree of independence also. But it's just great. It's opened up a whole new world for me to actually not be dependent on others. I really love this aspect of having a cochlear implant. Improved independence, it can lead to improved confidence, and it can help you in regaining your identity. This is my next pro point. Improved confidence and regaining identity. My hearing was an all-time low. I had very low self-esteem and very low confidence. I would avoid social settings because I did not have that confidence to hear. I wanted something to work with, something to strive for, and the cochlear implant gave me that. I could work towards working to hear again. I could work towards a level of hearing which is better than what I had before. I worked very hard in terms of listening exercises and skills. My confidence improved. I no longer avoided social situations. I became very outgoing. This brings me to identity. Before, I was losing my identity. I didn't know who I was in terms of whether I was hearing or deaf. There was no real world in which I belonged in. Now I believe that I belong in the hearing world. Without this, I cannot hear anything. It enables me to hear. It's become a part of me. Without it, I can't function in everyday life. Let's get back to confidence and how has it changed me? Well, my confidence grew. I became an extrovert. I left my job. I was able to travel the world and talk to people along the way and have adventures, something that I could not do before. In this respect, the cochlear implant has been absolutely wonderful for me in regaining my confidence and developing an identity of who I am. My next point is new technology. Processes have evolved over the years. So every 5 years on the National Health Service in the UK, I get a new processor, and it's always an exciting time for me because it's like an upgrade. And now I'm on the Cochlear Nucleus 6, and this offers Bluetooth compatibility. The Bluetooth technology has meant that you can get assistive listening devices. This means you can buy products like the Roger Select. You can use it for music, you can use it for Skype, and you can use it for conversational purposes. The sound is directly streamed to your ear, and it's pretty good for distances as well, especially in coffee shop conversations. The new implants are MRI friendly. This means if you have an MRI scan, you don't have to have surgical removal of the magnet, and you don't have to wear a headband. This is really important and useful because at some stage in our life we might require an MRI. It's safe and accessible for cochlear implant users. My final pro point is safety. Now, having a cochlear implant has meant that I'm more aware of the environmental sounds around me. For example, I lost the high frequency sounds of my hearing when I had the surgery. This slowly came back, which is fantastic. So it means that I am alert to fire alarms and smoke alarms and all them high-pitched sounds. Also, when I go cycling, I'm more aware of the environmental sounds around me. Overall, I feel safer when I'm wearing my cochlear implant processor. It's really given me a new lease of life in terms of safety. And that's it. That's the pros of a cochlear implant. The 7 pro points. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have additional comments about the pros of a cochlear implant, we have a comment section. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe to the Cochlear Implant Live YouTube channel. See you in the next video.